to the first episode of Thunderwudgie. I'm Reese.
And I'm Tej. Try it again.
No, it's a good beginning. We don't get second takes.
What? I thought we were editing this.
In post. We edit in post.
Okay.
You edit in post.
Yeah, but you need to give me something to work with. Try it again.
You're working with this.
This is
yes,
bad.
this is how it goes. Episode 1, podcasting.
Yep. Rough start so far.
We're doing great as long as we keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, talk.
So, well, we, just like when you see people talking about Xena Warrior Princess, but they say Lucy instead of Xena, or vice versa. And when they say Xena, they say Xener. Because they're from New Zealand. Have you ever seen Xena?
I've only ever seen Xener.
Xener. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
As much as like an 8-year-old could.
Well, that would be a little rough. Mm-hmm.
I like the swordy business.
What?
There's swords and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is swordy business not a technical term?
Well, I don't know. I just hadn't been familiar with that. But, yeah.
It's not a technical term. I just made it up.
Well, I thought maybe it was like some kind of Slitherpot thing. Don't spit out your tea on your phone. It took us a long time to figure out how to record this, you know? I don't know where to look, because you're kind of close. But then I feel like if I look at the phone, then that's weird, too, because I'm not talking to the... I mean, I am.
I'll move over here.
Okay.
We'll try to...
That's a little more, yeah.
A little more talk show-ish.
If we
had professional mics down.
Yeah, we
could
need to be...
Mm-hmm. With nice office chairs. Mm-hmm. You know, like a radio studio.
Mm-hmm. But we can only do what we can do.
The reason we're calling this Thunderwudgies is because if you are familiar with Harry Potter in the slightest, you will know nothing about this. If you know a lot about Harry Potter, you already know what we're talking about. So really, do we need to explain?
We really shouldn't. But
we
maybe if your mom's listening.
I realize now that it sounds kind of like we're saying Thunderwudgie.
Yeah.
Which is not what we're saying.
That'd be like an epically painful episode of someone giving you a wedgie. In a rainstorm.
A Thunderwudgie, and it's where you get a wedgie, and then they hang you up on the flagpole, and then lightning strikes the flagpole. Mm-hmm. That's a Thunderwudgie.
Yeah.
A Thunderwudgie,
in contrast,
is a mixture of the two Ilvermorny houses from Harry Potter and the lore, of a Thunderbird, which TJ is.
That's moi.
And a Puckwudgie, which I am.
Yeah, I was hanging out with a mutual friend of ours recently and finally got her to take the sorting hat quiz and the wand quiz.
Which wand has chosen?
Yeah, and I can't remember if she took the... Oh, she definitely did the Patronus. I can't remember if she did the wand or not. But anyway, then as a result, we had to take the other house sorting quiz.
Both Hogwarts and Ilvermorny.
Yes. And I, tested Thunderbird in that one. And I would also like to point out that when I took the sorting quiz the first time, I was Ravenclaw, and I took it again, and I tested Gryffindor.
I took it the first time I tested Slytherin. Which I felt at heart, Slytherin. Mm-hmm. And then after it exited Beta, and it went full-blown Pottermore, I had to take the test again, and it put me in Gryffindor. And then, if that wasn't enough, my Patronus is a black mamba, which is one of the most poisonous snakes on Earth. So I'm a Gryffindor with a black mamba Patronus.
Because you're really a Slytherin.
But it's a bunch of bull baloney.
Okay, but
because I'm a Slytherin. Hufflepuff. I'm a Slytherin.
You're a Hufflepuff.
Stop it. If I had been 11 years old and sorted into the hat, I would have been put in Hufflepuff. And
why do you say that?
Just because of who I was at 11 years old.
You angsty?
Just like
ambitious?
Sad.
Cunning?
I was like a cartoon of myself with that black cloud hanging over. But it wasn't
Eeyore?
quite... Yeah. Very Eeyore.
You think Hufflepuffs are Eeyore?
No, but I was.
I'm so confused.
It's just the kind... I was very Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was at 11.
But, like, as I grew up, I was clearly a Slytherin.
So then wouldn't the hat know and would have...
The hat would have known. The hat would have put me in Slytherin.
Yeah. See, I think the hat would have maybe said for me, you have Ravenclaw tendencies, and I would have said, no, I think I'm a Gryffindor.
Maybe if I sat down on the chair and the hat was put on my head, I'd be like, oh, I'm just a Hufflepuff. But then...
the hat would know.
The hat would have been like, no, you're a Slytherin. And then I would have had this big ego boost, and that would have kickstarted my Slytherin days.
On the path to Dark Wizard.
On the path to be a Dark Wizard. No, just...
Witchdom. I mean,
just
female.
Female witchdom.
Mm-hmm. I'm a bit Hermione-like. I mean, when we decided we'd do this podcast, I immediately went to the library. I mean, it's just true. I feel a little ashamed admitting it, but...
Own your Hermione-ness.
Yeah.
Be one with Hermione.
Embrace the nerd within.
That would be a good podcast.
No, you know what? Here's the
nerd
thing.
Within.
Why? That's should be the actual name.
That's the name of the episode.
Oh, okay, cool.
We already have the Twitter account. We can't change it now.
We can't change the name of this. Why do you think Hermione was not a Ravenclaw?
Because she wore her knowledge, like, on her sleeve. She was, like, brave enough. She didn't just have the knowledge, she used it.
You think Ravenclaws just get lost in the world of intellect and don't actually, like, do anything with
They
it?
like the study. Whereas Hermione couldn't help but study. That was one of her weapons.
I'm not sure I buy it, but it's interesting. I'm amused.
You know what I find interesting?
What?
Is because I follow the tweeters.
On the interwebs?
On the spider webs.
Mm-hmm.
And,
You're reminding me of No Doubt Song right now.
sorry, I'm not home right now.
Leave a message and I'll call you back. You remember those days?
Leave a message and I'll call you back?
I mean, I just mean, like, now it's like if someone doesn't answer, it's because they're probably ignoring you. Now, I mean, back then it was like they could legitimately not be home.
They're either ignoring you or their phone's not on.
Yeah,
which is stupid. Everybody has their phone on. When I don't answer, it's because my phone's on silent. I never have my ringer on.
Yeah, I'm getting to be
I'm
like
talking
that too.
into my mug instead of the phone.
I wonder how that'll sound.
Hey, we have 10 whole minutes.
All right.
We're being successful podcasters.
Yay! Don't hit the table. I'll be curious how that sounds like.
And that's our intro song.
Woo woo!
With that, it's going to go. Woo woo.
Woo woo. Last time I tried to record something in this room.
Yes, tell me about that.
I sent an application for a job to a company that I will not name. But I was pretty excited about it. I've heard good things. Mm-hmm. And they said, you can do an optional video interview so we can get to know you.
Yes.
And I thought, I will take
I know what company this is because I've done it before.
Okay.
I know exactly what company
and
it is.
I thought, this is good because most people probably don't do it. I'll stand out.
Yes.
Even though I really don't like being on camera. I mean, I actually, like, genuinely hate it. But I thought, I'm going to do this. So after days and days of trying to get this program to work, which I am not technically inept. I mean, I'm not a computer expert, but I do not fear the technology, and I can find my way around technology, and I can manipulate technology to do what I want.
Which is why technology was invented.
No, technology was invented to frustrate us and make our lives harder. But anyway, so after multiple days of this thing, which requires Flash, which everyone knows you should not use. Flash is old, it's vulnerable, it needs to go away. And anyone that has a site that requires Flash, you question them.
Yes.
You question if they're still caught in the year, I don't know, 2002.
1999 or something.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, whatever. So, a little bit odd, but I kept working with it, trying to get Chrome to play nice and all this kind of business, and finally got the thing so it actually, like, loaded, and we're talking hours. And then it gets to the point where you're like, do I just want to cut and run, or do I want to, I already invested this time, am I going to finish this thing? And I'm going to stick it out. One of my qualities is a perseverance. And
put that on your resume.
Yeah. Strong in the face of adversity. My Gryffindor-ness.
And all your Gryffindor-ness.
Right. So anyway, finally, after multiple evenings screwing around with this thing, I got it working. Did some test runs, and I thought, all right, tomorrow I'm going to do this thing for real, because this has been going on for way too long. Come home, nice sunny day, get dressed up, look nice. I hit record. And I'd like to point out, there's no do-overs on this thing. You go and you go. I mean, it's just, it asks you the question, and you have like 30 or 60 seconds to think about it, and then you respond.
Yep.
And I also wasn't really sure, is it going to ask like legit interview questions, or is it going to ask you like, describe your perfect date? So I really didn't know how much to prepare, but it got to the point where it's like, I can't prepare forever. I have a tendency to do that.
Yep.
You just need to hit play or record,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
just like we did tonight.
You just gotta
finally
risk
just
it.
got to go.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Right. I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take or whatever, right? So I literally, and I know people use the word literally and they don't mean literally, but I mean literally. I literally hit record, and the neighbors pull up. Their driveway is right next to the window where I'm doing this. And it's a video thing, so it's not like if you're on a phone call, you just run to the other side of your house, or you
But you
do
can't
something.
just run.
It can't do that. I am committed. I made sure there wasn't weird crap in the background. I made, all the right things, kind of decent lighting, whatever, right? They pull up. The car doors are slamming. The kids are screaming. The dog is barking. German Shepherd. I mean, not little. The parents are yelling at the dog, yelling at the kids. The doors keep slamming. It's just a huge, epic, chaos and disaster. And, what are you supposed to do? And I keep thinking this is going to stop at any minute.
You stare at fright at the camera and let them listen.
No, and the other thing I noticed, because I did a little run through is to try to, okay, how do I come off, make sure I'm not fidgeting in my chair and, looking like a doofus. One of the things I realized, if I was like flicking my eyes around and not looking like directly at the lappy, it looked weird, so it's like I'm not going to want to have notes laying around or just be thinking and looking up because you just look real dumb.
Yep.
And I know for a fact I had to have been frantically glancing at the window, secretly hoping they would stop, go away, shut up, whatever, right? So I probably look like a psycho. And the other thing is, I don't actually know how sensitive my microphone is on my lappy. So.
How long ago was this?
Month, 2 maybe.
Okay.
Maybe month and a half, 2 months, something. Okay. So. Wow. But the thing is, right, if you could hear, World War III going on outside, I don't think I would look as crazy, but I actually have no idea what came across on this thing.
Because you can't see it after you record.
No, it's done and gone, and they say thank you very much. And so I'm probably wildly looking around. I'm struggling like I had to stay focused, answer the question, which I can't even tell you what it was right now. It was a more interviewee type question. It wasn't like, what's your favorite food? And I really tried to hold on, stay focused, power through, and it got to such a decibel level that I couldn't keep it together anymore. And I finally stopped and was like, I'm sorry. My neighbors are yelling. Or something. I said something like that and took a breath. And then I tried to keep going. But it was so bad, and it was of all the things, I had been working on this for nights and nights and nights, and nothing had ever happened. And as soon as I hit go,
then something
that
happens.
Erupted.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was hilarious. Cause at that point it's just what do you do? You just got to try and roll with it. But I would love to see that, if for no other reason that it's got to look like, I just wonder how bad it is, or can they tell what's going on, or do I look like I'm just wildly glancing around for no apparent reason and then I mumble something about my neighbors, or can they hear this chaos?
Yeah,
I have no idea, but I would hope that they at least were amused by it. World's worst video interview. You can't get much worse than that. So I had a good laugh, and I tried it. There were 3 questions. That was the first one, so I tried to just stick through and do the other 2. And then the best part was you gotta finish, and then they have this little thank you for applying. We will keep this on file for 1 year. And I was like, no! And so I had thought about calling HR and just being like, can you delete that?
I need to take two.
Yeah, and I was hoping that they would maybe watch it and say, this person, hey, they persevered. We know our system's a disaster.
Yeah.
They actually finished the thing. And then when they hit record and it was a disaster, they kept going.
Yeah.
But I wonder...
So maybe they still might call you.
I don't think so. It was a while ago. I haven't heard anything surprisingly.
Well, if it's the company, I think it is. And I think it is. It's, they could call you up to a year later.
That doesn't impress me. What are y'all doing? Do you want to hire people or not?
Isn't that most of the jobs these days?
It seems like it. I mean, the current job I have right now, I thought it was so long that it was not going to happen. And then suddenly I start getting these missed calls, and they didn't want to leave a message offering me the job.
One of the first jobs I interviewed for when I was 18, I went in and had like an immediate panic attack when I sat down for the interview.
Aww.
And I just stuck through it because I didn't know I was having a panic attack. I just thought I was spontaneously sweating and hyperventilating.
Yeah.
Interviews. And I don't know if it could have been 30 seconds into the interview. It could have been 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But she goes, all right, honey, you can go. I think I was like 17.
Yeah. She could tell you were being tortured, or...
I don't.
Or
maybe she
so
could see the sweat dripping down my face. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sad.
I've conducted a lot of interviews, and it's fascinating to see the wide range.
I've sat in on a couple since then.
It's helped me be. I'm a lot less nervous now for interviews. Like, I'm pretty much not nervous when I have an interview.
The best way to not be nervous when you're going in for an interview is to already be employed.
There's that. There's a lot less pressure. Yeah.
Yes. Because
also,
you still have a job when you leave.
Yeah. But, I mean, just from the fact of, like, now I can just realize, like, I want to know about you and you want to know about me so we can find out if this is a good fit. It's not all about me trying to be somebody I'm not or impress you or something.
Yes.
I'm just a Gryffindor if you can't deal. Okay, but you haven't read the whole... like the stories of the houses in America and stuff, right?
I think I did when it first came out.
Okay. Because they talk about that the different houses claim you, and there's different people have been claimed by more than one house, and there's like one girl that was claimed by all four, the only one in the history.
What?
Yeah.
Is it me?
I don't know. Do you feel conflicted about your house?
No, I feel very Puckwudgie-ish. You can call me a puckermudgeon.
Yeah. I talked to a really big curmudgeon at work yesterday.
Yeah. Was that a good time?
Oh, yeah.
You learned a lot?
Yeah, I was very peaceful about it, actually. I was surprised. Other people were more pissed on my behalf, I think, when they heard about it. But basically, it was an old guy, and he had to use a computer to do his thing online, and he was mad. And so he ended up on the phone with me, even though I don't do tech support or any such nonsense. But for some reason, that call was transferred to me. And so this guy was grumping because he didn't know how to use a computer or the internet or web forms or anything. And he proceeded to tell us how angry he was because you do this so you don't have to do any work. That's why you do this to make my life miserable, and so you don't have to work.
That's what your goal is.
Yeah, but even though we've been working for 50 hours a week the last month, more than a month, but we're not working.
The only reason you're working that hard is so that you don't have to work.
Yeah. I was working hard at reading about the Hogwarts houses.
Yeah, the past 4 days we haven't even had a break. It's been here's a half-hour lunch, and then there's no breaks the rest of the day.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Humans aren't meant to be that way. Be treated that way. No.
We actually have a couple people come in, and they're talking about how they're working 7 days a week, 12-hour days. And I'm like,
woof.
How is that even legal?
Yeah.
I thought we had a whole,
No. I looked it up. I was like, is mandatory overtime legal? Yes.
That was the
in this state, yeah.
Expanded answer,
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. That's what the interwebs told me.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was even a limit to how many hours of mandatory overtime either.
You must work 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's like indentured servitude.
I think in some places that's actually still legal. But it's not called indentured servitude.
Right, there's a more modern word for
called,
it. It's called
nursing.
Ouch. Nursing in a snowstorm, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's people stressed out at work because work's been stressful and we've been working overtime, and it's like, nobody's dying because of this. People might be real pissed, but I mean, like, you know, I have a friend that used to be working like in the kids' cancer ward, where literally kids were
You're working 3 days in a row.
Possibly dying if you do the wrong thing, and you know, whatever.
Yeah. All right, back to Harry Potter then.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Aurors are working overtime to find the bad wizards.
Well, yeah,
You have to.
but
Especially after all those people escaped Azkaban.
I mean, that dumb book, though, I mean, he's not an Auror, he's just some desk jockey, right?
Harry
Overweight.
Potter?
Yes. Isn't that what kind of is said in that, the child of whatever, you know?
I need to reread all of it. Wait, The Cursed
Yo-
Child?
yes!
No, I don't listen to that book.
No, it's crap.
It was
But I'm just
nonsense.
saying, it just depressed me because it makes him sound like he's some low-level administrative desk jockey. That never...
I don't like that Hermione kind of sounded like a, we said we weren't going to use this word, but she sounded kind of like a bitch.
Oh, we didn't say we weren't going to use that word. There was just a lot to not like about it. I pretend that it didn't happen. You know, and I blame you that I read that because you loaned it to me.
Yeah, I wanted to read it, but I heard that the book is awful, but if you see it on stage, it's fantastic. Which I believe.
I mean, I could believe, but the plot line
It's never coming to America anyway, so really we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
The
Coming to America.
all of the fanfare about it is already over. People got excited, they read the book, it's over.
They cried, and then it was over. Yeah. I don't think... have you talked to anyone that liked it?
Only people that saw it on stage, and they liked it. When they saw it on stage. Anybody who's read the book has not liked it.
I just don't know how that's possible.
Because you see
Why do
magic,
you like
you see magic happen on stage.
Why do you like... So what? I see magic happen every day around me. Everywhere I walk.
Every time I walk into the
happens.
office, a computer turns on.
Right.
Whoa,
And then I
magic.
burst into song. But no, the reason that... Okay, why do you like the Harry Potter books?
Because it's full of wonder and mystery, and I literally grew up with them.
Yeah.
Not really. I actually started reading them when I was 13, so...
Still, like a babe.
I started with book number 3.
in the cradle, it's practically...
A babe in the cradle.
But, like, I really like the characters. I like that they grow and change, and there's a lot that's relatable. I feel like they're real. The characters in that book were not the same characters that I was walking with throughout the series.
It
So it doesn't.
I don't
I
wanna
feel like
be-
it doesn't matter if they're on stage or not. They're still crap.
Yeah, yes, but I don't want to be a horrible person or picked on or pitchforks and torches come after me. But I think at the end of the 7th book and with Cursed Child, J.K. Rowling got lazy. She just wanted it over with.
Well, lazy or fan appeasement?
Both. Cursed Child was lazy. That was lazy.
I mean, some other guy
storytelling.
wrote it and she just kind of like signed it or
That
something.
was
right?
lazy. I don't know.
I mean, that's lazy.
I don't know how much she actually had input, but that's lazy storytelling.
Yeah.
You wanted
What's
it to
lazy
be
about the last book?
like how she kind of went back and said there were all these things I wanted to do, but the fans liked Ron, so I didn't kill him. It's like, well, he should have died. Not enough people died. Yeah, a lot of people died, but not enough. Like, did Hagrid die?
Is that laziness, though, or is that
It's
just not being true to yourself?
Not yeah, I guess it is kind of lazy because aren't the fans ultimately writing it for you?
Is that very Slytherin-esque?
What I'm saying right now?
No, I'm saying what she did. What house is she in?
I don't think she gets to be in a house.
I'm just curious. I mean,
I would say Gryffindor.
everyone thinks they're supposed to be in Gryffindor. Are you doing that to her, too?
Yeah. She gets the default. She gets the default setting.
There's a total Slytherin at my work, and something came up about her, and I said, "Oh, what house do you think you're in?" And she said, "Gryffindor." And I was like, No. And the guy I was talking to was like, "She's crazy. She's definitely a Slytherin." And he just laughed. And then he said he was Gryffindor too, but he took some off-brand sorting test.
Once the official test came out, if you're still going by the off-brand, you're lazy too.
Because there was an app for the off-brand. I don't guess there isn't like an official. And I was like, dude, go to the real site.
And now, can't you just take it without getting an account?
I don't think so. I had to sign in using a different email to get my true house. I really want to know. It must have just been like 1 or 2 questions different to go Ravenclaw or Gryffindor, because I feel like
Or maybe you were truly right on the edge.
I think so. And my brother is Gryffindor, so I feel like also an indicator that I was meant to be in Gryffindor.
I think my whole family would be in Slytherin.
Really?
Yeah.
Even your sister?
My brother always thought that he was a Slytherin. He was like, yeah, I'm a Slytherin. And then he took the test the first time. Not the second time like I took it. Mm-hmm. First time he was a Gryffindor, and he was like, this is bullshit! And, like, was about to throw the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your older, not the youngest sister, but the other sister?
She,
I just find it hard to believe she's Slytherin. I mean, I don't know her really well, but... I mean, she kind of thinks I'm awesome. At least she used to, so she couldn't be a Slytherin.
Yep. One true love. Yeah, I could definitely see her being a Slytherin. Oh, no, she's a Slytherin. She's a Slytherin through and through. And then my other sister really wanted to be a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Like, really badly, and she's a Slytherin.
Well, I mean, if you say much of your family is, then I guess just...
Yeah, my dad would totally be a Slytherin. My mom's a Slytherin. She's a reluctant Slytherin, but she is a Slytherin.
Does she know what that means?
Actually, my mom might be a squib.
Oh, no.
No, she doesn't know any of this means.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of my brothers would be... Even the one that's a Gryffindor would end up being in Slytherin, because he would ask the hat to put him in Slytherin.
Yeah.
It's a family of Slytherins.
Yeah. Be who you is.
Be who you is.
Uh-huh.
The Thunderwudgie anthem.
You add that into our theme song. Mm-hmm. Could write this.
Be who
you
is.
Could you make a... See, now I can't think of the word. What does Weird Al do?
Thunderwudgie.
What is,
Parody.
Yes. Could you do a parody of a song and use it as your theme on a podcast? Or would that be some kind of infringement? Because doesn't he ask for permission just to be kind?
He does ask for permission.
But it's just kind of to be kind, but he doesn't actually have to, I think, if I recall correctly.
I believe so. But
and since I realized you're gifted at the piano, you could do the music.
That's not gifted. That's...
Yeah. No, you're gifted.
No.
It was practically genius level stuff.
That was not what that was. Mm-hmm. No. That was chords.
I heard The Entertainer.
Yeah, the children's version. What is the brand of that book? Alfred's Basic Piano version of The Entertainer. That's literally what that was. Yes.
That's funny.
You know how you say people misuse the word literally? I literally use, that's what that is. I am better than most people at playing guitar, though. Like when people say, oh yeah, I play guitar at church. No, I actually play guitar better than they do.
See, I didn't know.
Because I've played with multiple people who play guitar.
We should start a band.
And they make things up. They'll be like, I don't know what that chord is.
Yeah.
So they just
choose
a different one.
You were so gifted.
It's not gifted.
Not everyone can play the guitar.
It's not. I can't pluck. I make things up.
So most famous musicians can't do that.
This is my problem. This is my problem
chords.
with my entire life.
Yeah.
Is that I'm very mediocre at a lot of things.
Same.
Thunderwudgies.
Thunderwudgies ho!
Thunderwudgies. Mm-hmm. Making mediocrity cool since 2017.
Yeah. I'm just, my mind is thinking about audio and the different things that are affecting this audio. And
I think having real mics.
Well, yeah. Real mics
the pop screens or whatever those are called. Mm-hmm. I think that should be fine. As long as we have mics plugged into a computer. But really, I don't think the phone is going to make it sound horrible.
I want to know how you're going to share this huge file with me.
Only a person who is like super into audio and knows what they're doing is going to be nitpicky about it.
No, I think the armchair quarterback's going to judge us, no matter what.
That's inevitable.
Haters going to hate.
But when I listen to podcasts and they're like, sorry about the audio this week because this, and this happens. We happen to be on vacation. I'm like, I did not notice a damn thing. I was
Very open-minded of you. Well, it's been real.
guess this is the end of episode 1 of Thunderwudgies.
Thanks for hanging in. I don't know if I would have.
Email us at Thunderwudgies, plural, @gmail.com.
Or tweet at us, please. Follow us.
At Thunderwudgie, capital T, capital W. And next week we will have the spelling ready for you. Thanks for joining. Bye!
Keep nerding out.